What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be going over 5 tips that I've learned as a veteran player. This can apply for all types of platforms, PC, console, whatever, that can help you with your ranked experience and help you possibly rank up in the future if you do follow these. Before I do get into this, though, let me know if you guys want me to continue doing videos like this in the future by leaving a like, subscribe, and sharing the video. All the support on the videos over the past month and a half, absolutely insane. I can't thank you guys enough. The support's been off the charts, so thank you guys so much. I honestly appreciate it. Got a lot of shit coming up here with supposed to have a new patch hopefully at the end of this month, and we got some more Smite content coming your way here with a new patch pretty soon here in about a week and a half. So look forward to that, and probably some more types of videos with Cthulhu and all that other stuff releasing here in about a day. Getting right into this, we're going to get in right with number 1, and that is, do not jump right into a ranked game without doing a few bot or casual warm-up matches. Now, this is mainly for people that are playing games all day. I don't know, I had this problem when I started first playing Overwatch. I would play Overwatch for the entire day, and then just mainly because my Overwatch settings are way different. My sensitivities for my controller, if I'm playing motion controls, which I don't, but if you are, those are usually a lot different, and stuff like that. And then randomly switching to another game after playing that all day and hopping right into a ranked game really isn't the best idea. You're not going to be used to your settings right away. It'll take about 2 games to adapt. At least it did for me until recently, the last couple months. Then I can, at least right now, I can switch between any game and hop in right into the ranked, at least for me personally. But then again, I've got 4,000 hours in the game now, so mainly for players that are still trying to rank up or want a simple tip to improve their ranked gameplay, because it's a lot better going into a casual or bot game before you go into a ranked game and then risk your TP and all the other bullshit that comes with ranked when you can't play at your top potential. Or it'll take you 1 or 2 games, and by that time you'll probably end up losing games or whatever. But just kind of next one, find other players around your skill level to rank with, or even make friends. I'm telling you guys right now, this is probably an entirely different video topic, which I will eventually make in the future. I just don't have time to put it together. But ranked in this game is honestly kind of horrible if you're solo queuing. I'm going to be completely honest. The matchmaking, the server lag, the crashes, there's a whole handful of things I'm not even naming off the top of my head that the ranked experience brings. Being able to play in a stack, even a duo or up to a 5 stack, if you're plat 1 and below, it brings a lot more fun to ranked, and it's honestly a lot easier to rank up that way. I'm speaking from experience. It's a team fighting game, and it's an FPS shooter. It's going to be a lot better if you can have a team of even a duo or a trio or a 5 stack. You're going to be able to rank up a lot easier just because you can communicate with your team. If you have mic, even a chat between lobbies, it's a lot better than solo queuing. But if you're like me and you're not able to rank with your friends because they play in the morning, the majority of them play in the morning, and you can only play at night like me, then you're stuck to solo queuing 75% of the time. But I ain't going to complain. Just kind of an easy tip there. It makes the ranked experience a lot better, and it's a lot less of a burden on a person if they don't have to solo queue. It's a lot more fun. It actually makes ranked a lot more fun instead of being a pain in the ass to deal with all the bullshit that brings. This here's another tip, mainly for newer players, which is really frustrating for veteran players to see in ranked, and a lot of other players that aren't complete noobs, but they aren't the highest ranked either. They're mid-ranked. I'd say maybe mid-gold or low plat. Just because the matchmaking in this game is absolutely awful. At least play 5 to 6 different champions from each role before you hop and dive into ranked, please. I'm begging you guys. Nobody in their right mind wants somebody that on their team that can't fill a role. If they need a support and they can only play 2 champions, being Victor or Tyra, or Victor and Vivian. Vivian gets banned and another team takes Victor and they can't play anything, so they pick a level 1 Ruckus and continue to throw the game. Nobody wants that. Now, I know the ranked requirements, I think it makes you unlock 12 champions to even hop into ranked, but it doesn't have any role requirements for those champions. So I'm telling you guys right now, if you want to easily rank up, and if you're doing your placements, you don't give a shit what rank you're going to place into. If you're doing your placements and you can actually fill roles, You can actually play whatever your team needs at that current time. You're going to be way better off than just only being able to play like 2 champions out of the gate if you're first starting to play the game. And you won't frustrate your entire team and force them to like rage quit or report you. Because believe me, there's a lot of toxic players in like lower tier ranked, and you don't want to piss those people off. Um, and not really much else to say there. The next tip is kind of more of a game awareness tip. Knowing where your enemy is or where most of the enemy team is at most times of the game. Now, I'm not saying like all the time in the game. You have to have like 20/20 vision and know where like every single enemy on the other team is. But this is mainly for things like flanks, DPS, stuff like that. Cheeky things like a flank victor that's constantly flanking your back line or something like that, or like a Skye. Usually, if you don't see the Skye on the point, or if the Skye is like not close to their team or in their back line, more than likely the Skye is going into your back line or going to harass one of your tanks, or going into your back line to either flank you or your healer. So just keeping an eye on the enemy team and knowing where the enemy team is at most times of the game. Like, I'm not saying 20/20 vision, like 100% of the time know where like all 5 of the other team members are on the enemy team. But if you at least know where like 3 out of the 5 are most of the time, and you keep a solid eye on them for the majority of the game, it gives you a lot better game presence and game awareness to the point where you won't die as much. Because nobody likes a feeder, and nobody likes unnecessary deaths, especially myself, and seeing a teammate feed, it really kind of pisses me off, especially in ranked. Nobody wants that. Just even like simple deaths where you could easily see like a Skye running into your backline and nobody turns around because they don't know where the enemy is. It's like really easy preventable deaths, and definitely really easy, and it'll help you rank up. A lot of players at lower tiers don't know how to really have game sense and know to keep like the enemy team in track. So if you can at least get that down, you can rank up like really easily. If you constantly have game presence and keep track of the enemy team, allows you to get a lot more kills as well, just because you're constantly not as dying as much. So you're not really gonna have as many deaths, or at least unnecessarily any deaths. So, any last tip I got for you guys: knowing how much ult charge each champion has, and or at least the rate they charge their ults, and knowing when to use your ult. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. Ult usage is probably one of the biggest factors of winning games and winning ranked matches in this game. If you use shitty ults, if you just waste your ult, you're not going to do anything. Like most of the time, if you're going to be winning points, it's because it's going to be with your team using better ults or getting at least more kills. It's going to come down to either one of those two. Now, I'm not saying that you can just spam your ults. There are some champions that have loadout cards or talents that you can maybe use your ult a lot more than normal. Those being, I think Zin has a talent that allows him to charge 15% faster on his guillotine. Rom has a talent that gives him 60% faster ult charge, stuff like that. And there's also a handful of loadout cards, like Tiberius, for example, has loadout cards. Androxus does, to where they can get extra ult charge for getting kills, eliminations, stuff like that, which you can keep that in mind. You can maybe spam your ult a lot more with those types of cards. Keeping in mind as well, tanks, majority of the tanks in the game, apart from things like Atlas, which has built-in loadout cards to gain ult charge off eliminations, but the majority of the tanks in the game, I guess apart from like Atlas and maybe Rom, their ults charge relatively slow. I guess maybe Khan's charges pretty fast if you're constantly doing damage, but majority of the tanks, their ults charge really slow, so you really don't want to be spamming your ult out like every time you get it 100%. You're going to want to find a good time to use it and get the max value out of your ult. Which brings me to my next thing, to where getting value out of your ult and knowing when to use your ult. I see so many people at lower tier ranked and even like high tier ranked. Once in a while, you'll get people that just waste their ult, or they use ults on their like the point push when they're clearly not going to cap the point. It's already like at 30 seconds, and they're still like halfway across the map from the goal, and to cap the point, and they're over here spamming. Their entire team is spamming ults at a point they're never going to cap. That's something you really shouldn't do. The only reason you should be spamming ults at like a point fight at towards the end is if you know you're going to 100% cap the point push, or you know you're going to 100% cap the point during the point fight. I'm not saying like nobody can use their ults, but if an entire team spams ults at the end of a point push and then does not cap the point at the end, then your team's at a huge disadvantage going into the next point fight in the next round. So just keep that in mind. I know that's going to really help a lot of lower players out and lower tier players, just because I see a lot of lower tier players, even in like Plat, that just spam their ult like every time they get their ult 100% and they just try to get it like a kill. Like if you're getting value off your ult, then that's fine. There are certain ults in the game where you need to constantly get value. If you get the right opportunity and your ult is at 100%, you 100% take that opportunity to use your ult and get a pick or two. Those ults being like Genos, Anthroxus, stuff like that, where you can get like one or two multiple picks at a time and get huge value out of your ult, no matter when you use it. I think those would be really good examples. There are a few other champions in the game, but majority of them you're going to be using on either the point fight or to at least continue a payload push sometimes as well. But ult economy and stuff like that is really important with these points. If your entire team has no ults going into a point fight, then you're going to be at a huge disadvantage. I'd say at least, as long as your team at least has like 3 ults per point fight, I think you're going to be fine. Then it kind of comes down to whoever can get the most picks at that point and kill people the quickest to cap point most of the time, and comeback mechanic and stuff like that. But as long as your team has like 3 ults per point fight, then you're doing good. But if your team is constantly wasting your ult, then you're going to be in for a rough game, which is a huge mistake a lot of the lower tier players do make. But that's all I got for you guys. Apart from that, let me know if you guys like this video. Leave a like if you guys want me to continue doing these videos in the future. And subscribing if you are new, want to continue with any of the Paladins content, stuff like that. Like I said, we got a patch coming up here, I think in like about 2 weeks, hopefully. We got an update show for Paladins. I don't know, I'm crossing my fingers. They've got a new Smite update show probably in about a week, so I'll be going over that. Got Cthulhu releasing tomorrow, at least when I'm recording this. I'm recording this on Monday night, so the new patch for Smite drops tomorrow. I might be doing some Smite content on the channel. We'll see if I got time, but apart from that, I'll see you guys in a future video. Thanks for watching, and hopefully you guys enjoy. Peace.